Son, before your finger moves, before your eyes drift to any other side, I need you to stay here with me now. It was no accident that this video appeared before you at this exact instant. It was not luck. It was not distraction. It was not an algorithm. It is I, your Father, speaking to your heart through every word being said this minute. I have sent my messenger, the Prince of the heavenly hosts, Archangel Michael, and he is standing at this very moment by your side, with his sword raised, with his armor shining, fighting a massive battle for your life. That is why I tell you, do not skip, do not pass, do not scroll, because if you do this now, you will leave behind an answer that has been prepared in the heavens for a long time, just for you to hear. I know you arrived here tired. I know you opened your phone expecting just another random video, hoping something would distract your mind from the weight you are carrying. I know you faked a smile today. I know you said everything was fine when they asked, and that you returned to the silence of your room feeling as if no one could really see what is going on inside you. I saw every tear that fell without a witness. I saw you crying in the shower so no one would hear. I saw you wake up in the middle of the night with a tight chest, not knowing exactly why. I saw you looking at the ceiling, talking to me in your thoughts, asking if I was still there. I am. I always have been. There are many nights when you felt invisible. There are many days when you felt you were carrying a weight that no one understands. The people around you pass by, talk about small things, comment on the trivial, and you smile on the outside, while inside there is an entire universe of questions, of wounds, of silent prayers that seem to never reach anywhere. But listen well to what I am going to tell you now. Listen with your soul, and not just with your ears. Each one of those silent prayers, each one of those tears, each one of those long sighs before sleep, everything arrived, everything was noted, everything is being answered. And that is exactly why the enemy has moved against you with such force lately. You need to understand a truth that I have been trying to reveal to you in many ways, and that today I will tell you clearly, so that there is no doubt in your heart. Your name has been pronounced in the heavens. Before you were born, before the foundation of the world, your name was written, was spoken, was set apart. You are not just another one. You are not just a lost soul in the crowd. You are chosen. You were marked by me with a purpose that many looked at but could not see. That is why your journey has never been like others. That is why what seems simple to others has always had a greater weight, a greater dimension, a greater depth for you. You feel the world in a way that few do because I placed in you a sensitivity that is very rare. You perceive things that others do not because your spirit has been touched by me in a special way, and it is exactly because of this mark that the enemy watches you. It is exactly because of what you carry that there is an invisible war being waged around you at this very moment. It is not your imagination. It is not an exaggeration of your head. It is not emotional weakness. You are feeling the weight of a real battle. You are being attacked because you are dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. You are an open threat to everything that tries to keep my children on the ground. When you rise, someone trembles. When you pray, even if it seems like a small prayer, even if it seems like a prayer made with a choked voice, on the other side of the veil things move. The angels run, the darkness retreats, and those who try to bring you down redouble their efforts. That is why that anxiety came. That is why that tiredness arrived for no apparent reason. That is why those doors closed when you swore they were almost opening. That is why those people drifted away or tried to diminish you or threw words like stones in your direction. That is why that voice inside your head insisted on telling you that you were not good enough, that you did not deserve it, that you would always be less than you dreamed of being. That voice was never yours. Never. It was placed there to confuse you, to make you give up, to prevent you from touching exactly the place I prepared for you. Today, I authorize you to expel this voice from your thoughts. Today, I give you permission to stop believing in it. Today, I free you from the silent prison in which you have been living without realizing it. And now pay attention, because something needs to be said before we move forward. Everything you went through, every delay, every closed door, every disappointment, every relationship that ended, every project that collapsed, every hope that seemed to have died, none of that was punishment. None of that was a lack of my care. I never abandoned you for even a second. What seemed like a delay was preparation. What seemed like a closed door was protection. What seemed like my silence was the secret construction of something you could not yet see. How many times you begged for what would have destroyed you? How many times you wanted with all your heart what would have broken you in a way you could not recover from? I spared you. I held you. I took you away from paths that seemed sweet, but led to the abyss. And you did not understand at the time, and it is natural not to understand. But today I ask you to look back with different eyes. Look at the person who walked away. Look at the job that did not come. Look at the opportunity that slipped away. Look at the dream that seemed to die. And see now, with the light I am casting upon your past, that each of those things had the taste of failure, but the content of salvation. I was saving you, I was sparing you, I was preparing you for something that is coming and that will make you understand why it had to be exactly like this. And it is precisely here that many of my children stop. They understand that there is a battle. They understand that they were chosen, but they do not know how to fight. They do not know what weapons are available to them. They do not know that there is a set of revelations that was kept for the end times, and that many lived their whole lives without ever accessing. That is why I allowed a material to reach you that few know exists. A guide was placed within your reach, an ebook called The 7 Swords of Archangel Michael, the sacred guide to break curses, seal blessings, and activate the calling of the chosen. This book is not just another common religious content. It reveals the invisible rules of this spiritual war that no one told you about. It teaches how to activate each of the 7 swords exactly against what has been attacking you, against that family curse that has been repeating for generations, against that financial blockage that seems impossible to break, against that silent envy that has been infiltrating your home, against that voice of discouragement that has been visiting you every dawn. The link to this book was placed at the top of the comments. It is the first pinned one, and it is there because I authorized it to be. There were those who tried to silence this material. There were those who were bothered by what it reveals, but it resisted, because everything that comes from above cannot be stopped by human hands. If you felt a shiver now, if you felt a good tightness in your chest, if you felt tears welling up, it is the sign. Go to the comments, tap the first pinned one, download the ebook right now and comment afterward with faith the words, "I am the chosen one, and I am going to download the ebook." This small act is a huge act of faith. It is your hand touching the hem of my garment in the middle of the crowd. It is your yes before what I am offering you. And understand, this commitment you have just made with me is already fuel for what I am about to reveal to you now, because the battle being waged for your life at this moment is not just any battle. It involves the next seasons of your life. It involves what will happen to you in the coming months, in the next cycle, in the next phase. You are about to enter a period of concentrated blessing that will make you look back and ask how it was possible to doubt me at any time. But to enter this period, you need to cross this last wall of testing, and most people give up exactly here when they are only a few steps away from the turning point. I want you to imagine something now, and I want you to feel every detail. Imagine waking up in a near morning, and the first thing that comes to your heart is not weight, not worry, not the list of bills that need to be paid, but a clean peace, a peace that invades your chest like light entering through an open window. Imagine picking up the phone and finding news that changes everything, a confirmation you have been waiting for a long time, an unexpected message from someone who will open a huge door for you. Imagine walking into your house and feeling a scent of peace, feeling that the environment that was heavy now breathes lightness, feeling that the family tension that existed for years has finally dissolved. Imagine looking in the mirror and seeing in your own face a serenity that you did not even remember was possible. I want to talk to you about specific blessings that are coming. Financial care that will surprise you from sources you cannot even imagine today. Reconciliations that seem impossible and that will become simple through my intervention. Healing in that place of the body that has been bothering you for a long time. Healing in that memory that has been visiting you at night and stealing your sleep. Healing in that forgiveness you could not give, neither to those who hurt you nor to yourself. Replacement of what was taken from you unjustly, and return in a greater measure than what was lost. Children returning home, parents reuniting with children in the spirit, marriages being restored where no one else believed, new loves arriving for those who had already given up. Professional doors opening, ideas emerging, projects coming off the paper, talents that were dormant starting to awaken and bear visible fruit. But for all this to happen, you need to do one thing that seems simple and is the most difficult of all. You need to surrender. You need to stop trying to carry alone what was always mine to carry with you. You need to stop staying awake, thinking about solutions that your mind will never be able to solve. You need to relax your shoulders, let go of your hands, and rest in me as a child rests in a father's arms. I do not ask for greater effort. I ask for surrender. I do not ask for perfection. I ask for trust. I do not ask you to understand everything. I ask you to believe even when you do not understand. Because faith is not the absence of doubt. Faith is walking even with doubt knocking at the door. It is taking the step even without seeing the next stair. It is saying, I trust you, Lord, even when everything inside screams the opposite. Today, at this moment, I want you to close your eyes for a few seconds, even while you continue listening. Feel my presence around you. Feel the angel who is standing on your right side, and feel Archangel Michael before you, sword raised, defending the ground of your heart. Breathe deeply. Inhale through your nose slowly. Hold for an instant, and exhale through your mouth like someone releasing an old burden. Breathe again and again. Each of these breaths I use to remove from you layers of tiredness, layers of sadness, layers of hurt that had been accumulating for years. Feel how your chest becomes lighter. Feel how your mind is quieting down. Feel how fear is losing its strength. Now I am going to tell you who you are, and I want you to engrave every word, because they will need to be remembered in the coming days when the enemy tries to convince you otherwise. You are my beloved son. You are my beloved daughter. You are the apple of my eye. You are the work of my hands, formed with care, thought of with affection, designed with purpose. You are a temple of my spirit. You are an ambassador of my kingdom. You are a victor through the one who loved you first. You are not what they said about you in childhood. You are not the label they placed on you in adolescence. You are not the mistake you made in that moment of weakness. You are not the person who learned to hide behind a smile so as not to bother anyone. You are much more. You are exactly who I said you are, and my word about you prevails over any other voice that dared to rise. And precisely because this identity is being restored in you now, the enemy redoubles his attacks in these days. That is why I want to reinforce one thing with you, because the war being waged for your life has weapons, and these weapons need to be known in order to be wielded. The 7 swords that I allowed to be revealed in this ebook are not empty metaphors. They are real spiritual paths. They are specific keys for specific situations you are living. Whoever reads this guide understands why some prayers seemed not to reach, understands why some chains seemed not to break, understands why there are cycles that repeat in entire families and no one knew how to stop. This material was written for the times we are living, and it fell into your hands today because you are ready for it. If you have not yet gone down to the first pinned comment, do it now. Tap the link. Download the ebook. Comment, I am the chosen one, and I am going to download the ebook. This simple act before me echoes much louder than you imagine, and it is exactly this yes that opens the next portal I want to show you. Look now at the coming months as if you had a window open to the future. I want you to visualize it clearly.